Good afternoon. Welcome to Monthly's World of Weather. Clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for July 17th to 31st. For July 17th to 21st, the flow hasn't really changed all that much the last week or so. We still have this strong ridge here over parts of the west that expand eastward. Above normal heights of much of Canada and the high latitudes, and we have a trough here that extends from Hudson Bay into the east. It's the 594 DM ridge. Now, within this flow, like I talked about yesterday, there'll be several pieces of energy that'll be rounding the base of the eastern trough, and this will cause showers and storms for these areas. And this is an area that experienced heavy rain last weekend. And we'll take a look at the rainfall amounts if I can get them. Okay, here they are. Now we see rainfall amounts here. This is it's the worst area, approaching an inch, but these are 24-hour totals. And then we go to another area, and then we see some areas here across parts of New England that could be approaching an inch and a quarter or so in a 24-hour period. And then we go further out. And then another system comes in. This is in the extended, but any rain exacerbates the area. So now you can see the rainfall total is about an inch. Still, that is not good news for these areas. The ridge across the south central states will cause oppressive heat and humidity across much of the south central states into next week and beyond. Probably any heat and humidity will combine to create heat indices of 105 and 115 degrees in some locations. And we'll try to take a look at the temperature forecast, but I'm having little problems like loading these maps. Okay, you can see we have to do it this way, the hard way. Temperatures are in the low 100s. Let's see, across Texas, this is where the most extreme heat would be across this area here, upper 80s to low 100s. Then we go to Tuesday of next week, low 100s again across much of this region here. So this is where the extreme heat will be. And so hang on, people. I know it's rough. I don't like the heat either. And I feel for you. So we're all praying for you. Okay. Okay, we're going to look now at the period for July 22nd to 26th. Flow doesn't change that much. We still have this large ridge that extends in the southern plains. This will continue to cause extreme heat across much of this region here. We have our upper low here over the Gulf of Alaska, and we have above normal heights covering much of North America and the West. Model's a good agreement with this. We go to the end of the period, and we still have our trough here in the east. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be 12 degrees or more above normal across this area here. Below normal temperatures forecast for this region, with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees below normal. Might be a little bit too high for this, maybe closer to 2. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation here. And for this region, probability of occurrence 35%. Above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is near 40%. Looking ahead for the period for July 27th to the 31st, as we go to the end of the month. The pattern doesn't really all change that much. Some of the models are indicating more of a flatter flow, but you can still see we have our strong ridge here in the west. Still troughing this, covering much of the northeast and the eastern states. So for this forecast period, I am calling for, let me go to the map. Where is my temperature map? Okay, I'm calling for above normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be near 8 degrees or more above normal in these areas in orange. Below normal temperatures are forecast here with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees below normal for precipitation. Calling for below normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence 35%. Above normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence near 35%. And we're going to talk about the tropics now. We have another storm that has developed in the tropics. And this is a look at subtropical Don, and it's being called subtropical because it has a wide area of storm force winds. And you see that we have an area of broken precipitation is on the east and on the northern side of the system. We're going to take a look at its current location. This is as of 11 a.m. and the 2 p.m. forecast probably just came out. This is at 2 p.m. at 11 a.m. 33.7 north, 47.3 west. Maximum sustains are near winds are near 45 miles per hour, and moving is towards the northwest now at 7 miles per hour. But it's forecast to move in this direction because we're going to take a look at the makeup of the atmosphere over the tropics. The reason like that, we have a ridge here, and we have a ridge across the North Atlantic, which you don't see. But then this ridge, see how it moves? That'll be the steering flow, and this will cause it to move eventually southeast, and here it'll meander here across the Central Atlantic at this time. This is Don right here, and it'll continue to meander and see what happens. The convection is not as strong as it was earlier this morning. We'll go back to the map, satellite imagery. It was better early this morning, but now we're starting to see a few bursts of convection here. And here's the center of circulation. And you can see this, like I said before, the convection is more to the north and to the east of the system. So that's another thing we'll be watching. It's no threat to land at this time. Not expected to be unless something major happens. So that's the long range weather forecast discussion for July 17th through 31st. Thanks for coming to Jim Mullins World of Weather, and have a good day.